Happy Friday, good people. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Behind FinTech. I'm the host of the show. My name is Nnamdi Osuagwu, CEO of Strategic Generation. This episode is actually brought to you by Strategic Generation, sponsor of our show. So today we are going to cover the oh, sorry about that. Must have pressed the wrong button. Yes, as you know, anything can go down during a live episode, including jumping off screen because of technical difficulties. But I think we are fine. So let's go to the comments. Let's see some stuff on our back end. Let's see who we have on right now with us. Definitely drop a hello in the comments. Always appreciate that. To make sure that we are live, everything is going well. Let me see. I don't see us on. I have to go on my I usually go on my other accounts to ensure that everything is working out smoothly. We check our comment section. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Interesting. Just want to check to see. Okay, yep. We are totally there. So what are we going to cover today? So we're going to jump into some news topics of the week, as explained. Main thing, some things that went down with Robinhood, some Bitcoin conversations, also a Visa purchase. Probably be a quick episode today. So let's start without any further ado. Okay. So the first topic of the day that I want to get into, Robinhood went public this week. Obviously, we knew it was expected. It's been talks about them going public, so it was just a matter of when. Let's just take some background. So, interesting history on Robinhood. I want to get into Robinhood. I want to get into Queen's Venture Fund that was an early investor in Robinhood. And Queensbridge Venture Partners. So I find that interesting for a multitude of reasons. All right, so first, Robinhood came out in 2015. They were, the first in their market to introduce, free trades. After that, other exchanges and started to do the same. So they basically was a trendsetter and really captured that millennial market. So I don't know if you remember, it was a time when you used to pay upwards of $5 to $10 a trade, but on the back end, it actually costs like pennies, fractions of a penny to execute the trade. So they saw that opportunity and introduced a free trading platform. And I think they went fully live in 2015. And the way they said, they went to the App Store in December 2014 and officially launched in March 2015. Captured a huge part of the market. As we know what happened last year from all the retail and the meme stocks, a lot of things went crazy. So they went public this week. They came out at 38, dropped down to 34. I'm not going to speculate on stock prices at all. It's not what I do, but definitely interesting to watch. But what I do find interesting in this story, besides obviously Robinhood going public, Queensbridge Venture Partners. These guys do not seem to miss. If you are a hip hop fan like I am, right? Queensbridge, Venture Partners. The co-founder is listed there, Rashawn Williams, but also Nasir Jones, otherwise known as Nas, classic hip hop artist. So just to see that type of synergy going down right now, in which we saw, the hip hop artists that some of us grew up on now, have investments in these types of firms and building their own VC firms. I think it's absolutely outstanding and amazing. And this particular VC firm, right? 128 investments. They did 40 exits. So you don't know, like if you have Ring in front of your house, they invested early in Ring. Coinbase invested early in Coinbase. A couple of other ones that we have listed here, from Dropbox to Casper to Lyft. Just real interesting dynamic, and just wanted to shed some light on that. They mainly cover high technology companies, so this is another one. So two of their early investments went public this year. Obviously, we know about the Coinbase IPO, and then now we see Robinhood. So outstanding job, guys. Outstanding. I'm totally a fan of that type of activity. So moving on, right? What do we have next? The next one we want to cover, Visa is buying Currency Cloud in a deal valuing the British payment startup at 700 pounds. So what do we say? They were founded in 2007. They sell software for banks and fintech. So they mainly cover like the back end. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing some fintechs who not really public facing, but the actual fintechs and incumbent banks utilize their service. This is the second acquisition for Visa this year. They purchased Swedish fintech Tink for 2.1 billion earlier. So, interesting things happening in that space. Um, cloud Currency Cloud, they're headquartered in London. As I mentioned, they sell software for banks. It's one of many businesses focused on fintechs that operate behind the scenes, powering popular banking payment apps like Monzo, Starling, and Revolut. So totally interesting what's happening in those markets and news of that nature. Just looking at the fintech landscape, looking at different types, right? So some of the ones you might not hear of or use, but that doesn't mean you're a banking provider or doesn't use behind the scenes. So let's see, and let's go to our audience. Listen, if you're listening, shoot a happy Friday comment. I always like to engage with the audience. Like I said, this is not going to be one of our longer episodes, but it's always good to get a shout out from our audience. Definitely appreciate the viewership. We do go live every week, so we're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Facebook. So those are our platforms. Some weeks we have like shows like this as solo shows. We're going to cover some news topics we found interesting. Other weeks, as if you are a past viewer, we have guests on and we cover a mighty range of topics. So, but this week, like I said, it's going to be like mainly like a news week. Okay, let's move on. Bitcoin. Crazy times, man. Oh, we got a message from one of our audience members. Let's put them on. Xavier Williams, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, Xavier. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely appreciate you. Okay, so this story I found absolutely hilarious. So, like once again, I'm not here to tell people to buy things or not to buy things. I invest in what I invest in. If you look at the past episodes, you know that I'm a believer in blockchain technology and crypto, not all, but I found this very interesting. So apparently, Amazon listed a job for a blockchain head or some type of role, right? Just a job listing, right? They did that last Friday, right? They wanted add a digital is looking to add a digital currency and blockchain experts to its payments team. Apparently, people got wind of that news. They took it and ran with it. So they assume that because they're looking for this person, they're gonna allow purchases to be made on crypto on their platform, and that increased the price of Bitcoin. It since went down, I think, below 40, but very interesting. Well, let's read a quote right here. Notwithstanding our interest in the space, the speculation that has ensued around specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true. We remain focused on exploring what this could look like for customers shopping on Amazon. So, I mean, total speculation. So I just found that for some, I find things funny. I found that absolutely hilarious. I've also been told I have a weird sense of humor. So, on that note, that really concludes our fintech news today. Like I said, today was going to be a quick show. If you have any questions, definitely ask them. We can engage. Any comments, on any of the topics that was discussed, feel free to drop it in the chat. Um, Non-fintech related news, and I rarely do this, but because I'm such a fanboy of the Marvel series, I found this interesting because as I start researching some of these news or some of these topics, other things obviously pop up. That's the power of the internet. You start diving and you just start going down this rabbit hole. But non-fintech related, but want to talk about it. I haven't seen it yet. I've been wanting to see this movie. Scarlett Johansson of the Black Widow series. If you don't know, if you're not a Marvel fan, it's part of she's an Avenger, the whole bit. I'm a self described geek, so a lot of techie guys like these superhero stuff. So anyway, she's suing Disney because obviously as the main star in her contract, she gets a percentage of the theatrical release, but Disney released it both streaming and in the theater. So it's obviously will take away obviously from people going to the movie theaters. So she's suing that. I've never heard. This is very interesting. It seems like because since the pandemic, we've been seeing a lot of movies that come out on the main screen. They come out in the comforts of our own home. Theaters are back open. So to see this happen and see what's that, I just found that very interesting. It came up in one of my ironically in one of the financial news sites that I look at. So wanted to post that, but not usually the topics we covered. But like I said, I found it interesting. I'm a total fan of it. I'm yet to see the movie, and I definitely want to because I like her. I like the Black Widow character a lot. So neither here nor there. That That actually is our show today. Like I said, we're going to keep it today was like keeping it light, keeping it quick show. Just some topics that we saw during the week. We wanted to bring to light. Some weeks as before we would like dive into DeFi, dive into various topics. This week, not so much. But listen, you guys have been watching the show. This is our 39th show, so we've been doing it for 39 weeks right now. If you have topics that you want us to drill into, shoot me a message. I'm totally open for it. If you have a guest that you're saying, you know what, I would like you to talk to this guy. He's really, or person, woman or man, doesn't make a difference. And shoot me their information. You find their company interesting, find what they're doing. You like to hear more about it. We'll get in touch with them and we'll bring them on the show. Also topics that you want to dive into. A lot of our guests, we got into payments, we got into blockchain, we got into some DeFi convos. So just various convos. Like I said, anything revolving around fintech, feel free to drop a line and we will dive into it, or at least put the work into start talking about that in the next few. So once again, my name is Nnamdi Osuagwu, CEO of Strategic Generation, host of the Tech Behind FinTech. I appreciate everyone for tuning into our show today. Every Friday at 12 p.m. you can catch us. So yeah, have a happy Friday. Have a great and fantastic weekend. It's one of the reasons I kind of like doing a Friday show, because I could always say have a happy weekend. It's like the beginning of the weekend, end of the week, and we look forward to starting it anew. So on that note, I will depart right now. Cheers to everyone. And once again, thank you for tuning into a Tech Behind FinTech. Always grateful for your viewership. All right. Cheers.